girls, thanks for coming and sharing a special day with us. First of all, I deeply regret not having my parents, mom and dad, here to share this special day with us. Mom passed away just a few months ago, and I'm sure Rosie and Raj would have loved to have their parents here too, have this special day. When Sarah was born, I clearly remember taking her in my arms as soon as she was born, and she looked up at me and she thought, "Oh, this big ugly man, you know." And after that, she looked around at all the lights in the room, and I remember thinking, this is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And then I blinked, and next thing you know, she's getting married. All right. When Sarah brought Sora to the house, I was a bit skeptical because this was actually her first and only boyfriend. And ever since she was a little girl, I always told her to stay away from boys because they're despicable little creatures, you know. I always thought of that. I mean, trust me, I used to be one myself. And I always taught her the only man a girl can trust is her daddy. But of course, she's got a mind of her own and she never listens to me. All right, but no, seriously, Sora is a fine, well-educated young man who works in actuarial science. Don't ask me what that is. He's traveled far and wide, worked in the US, traveled all over Europe. He comes from a very good family, and he's a credit to his parents, Raj and Rosie, who have both worked hard to bring up the two kids. I'm sure that Sora will look after our daughter, and the two of them will be very happy together for many years to come. Now, a little bit about Sarah. The reason she is so tall is that when she was a baby, well, she's still a baby, right? We used to give her choices because she was a poor eater, so I used to give her choices. I used to say, I knew if I gave her a choice of 1 or 2 little Weetabix, she'd say 1. So I used to give her a choice of 2 or 3 Weetabix. And she would think about it, and she'd go 2. So that's how I tricked her in eating 2 instead of 1. And pretty soon 2 or 3 became 3 or 4, and you get the picture. Anyway, it worked for Sarah, and then it worked for the next child, Ben. But when Carol came along, she learned the trick, and she used to say, "No, I just want 1." And that's why she's the smallest one in the family. Sarah was very little trouble when she was young. We bought a cradle for her, like all new parents did for their kids. But she only slept with it for 2 hours, and then she slept between the two of us for many years to come after that. I sometimes wonder how we had 2 more kids after her. All right. Now, seriously, these are difficult times we live in with the COVID situation, but you two are always going to have difficult times, Sarah and Sora. My advice is to listen to your parents. They have all made mistakes, and hopefully learn from them so you can learn from their life experiences. A word to Sarah and Sora: as a couple, you're always going to do things that upset each other. Remember, forgiveness is very important, because if you can't forgive, it's very difficult to move on. And Sarah, do you remember when you were small, you used to sit in my lap and we used to watch Shrek? So what did the donkey say to Shrek at the end? He said, "That's what friends do, they forgive each other," right? So before anything else, be friends, all right? We be friends. And all right, so marriage is giving and forgiving. All right, I'll just finish off by saying, Sandra's got some words to say too. I'll finish off by saying that you and, of course, Ben and Carol have been the light of our lives. Sarah and Sarah have worked very hard to get where they are, and we wish them every happiness and a bright future for many years to come. Thank you.
Thank you. I actually like having the last word. Actually, that's true. So, good evening, everyone. As Vince has said, we are so happy that everyone here has joined us to celebrate this wonderful wedding of Sarah and Saurav, and I'm so proud to be the mother of this beautiful bride. Firstly, I would like to thank Rosie, Raj and Rishika for making Sarah feel welcome from the very beginning, and for accepting her so readily to be a part of their family. I would also like to thank them for all their contributions in planning and preparing for today. Vince and I look forward to sharing many more special events in our children's lives together with you in the future. I would also like to thank my parents for all they have done for me. And my children from the moment they were born. My parents have helped us raise our 3 children, and my mum continues to do so. She spent hours embroidering Sarah's veil, as well as making all the decorations in the church. Thank you, Mum. Sarah, of all the things I've done in my lifetime, being your mum and caring for you is by far my biggest achievement yet. You look absolutely stunning today, wouldn't you all agree?
Yeah.
And I know that you will always make an amazing wife. You will make an amazing wife as you